New at 6, work is underway at the Kraft Heinz plant, but Kirksville citizens are now being asked for their help when it comes to that multi-million-dollar expansion project. KTVO's Ashley Hoke has more now on how your vote will matter come this April.
As you can see behind me, work is now underway here at the Kraft Heinz plant in Kirksville. But city officials now have a slight fear that funding for one parking lot may not come through. So they are now in the process of coming up with a backup plan. Kirksville Public Works Director Glenn Ballou says the creation of the parking lot played a major role in keeping Kraft Heinz in Kirksville.
During the closed-door confidential part of Kraft coming here, that we were in competition with 2 other cities, and it was a very intense competition. Part of that competition was the city, the building of the road and the parking lot for Kraft to bring all those jobs and keep the jobs here and expand the jobs as well.
Originally, the city planned on using an infrastructure community development block grant from the Missouri Department of Economic Development to fund the construction of the lot. On Monday, news broke at the Kirksville City Council meeting that the hopes of the grant may be no more. City Manager Mary Maycumber says the state may not provide all of the funds needed to complete the parking lot that would be used for tractor trailers. Now she says the city's preparing for the worst-case scenario, that they will have to pay for the completion of the parking lot and ask Kirksville citizens for help, $600,000 worth of help. This April during the municipal election, voters will be asked if excess funds generated from the economic development sales tax can be used for the parking lot.
What the council has chosen to do is to find those funds in multiple ways, one of which is to possibly see if the voters would allow the excess funds for just this year, which is about $600,000, to be used towards the parking lot. One-time contribution towards the parking lot. The other funds will come from, we'll be asking a couple of other entities. The city will also be cutting its budget to make up the difference.
Maycumber also says the grant application to receive funding for the project was submitted in October, and the city received no status on how it was progressing.
I would have appreciated knowing in October whether they were going to fund it when we first were asked, and then again when we submitted the application, and again when we completed the environmental. There have been multiple steps that we have been moving along assuming that they were going to pay for it.
Ballou says he wants to assure citizens the funds generated from the tax will only be used towards Kraft Heinz one time. Once the parking lot is completed, the funds will go towards road and street improvement projects as originally planned.
It's important for when people vote for this, they understand that we're just not going to build a parking lot because it's a good thing to do. We're going to build a parking lot because it was part of the agreement to get all those jobs back here during the competition to get them here. So I think that changes the game a little bit. I think people understand that, hey, if we're going to have between 500 and 600 jobs here, that matters, and it's a good deal for the city, and it's not that much money to spend to keep that company here.
And although the city of Kirksville does have a backup plan to fund this construction project, they are still hopeful that the state of Missouri will come through with a grant. Reporting from the Kraft Heinz plant in Kirksville, Ashley Hoke, KTVO News.
Kraft Heinz plans to have its major expansion completed by mid-October and the parking lot constructed by the summer.